thing, and they're going to put together a full-time roster after Double or Nothing or once TV is announced. Now, I'm wondering if they're telling these talents that TV is already signed and they just have to keep it in secret. This way they lure these talents in. I mean, I got another guy, it's Jimmy Havoc. He's not from the United States. Is he from whatever? Is he permanent? Is he a long-term signing? Joey Janela, I mean, he's out on injury right now. Is he a long-term signing? I'm pretty sure he is. Hangman Page, he's a long-term signing, I can guarantee. So, I'm just interested to see who's here just for Double or Nothing, and I'm interested to see who's here for the long haul when AEW eventually, hopefully, goes on television. So, those are my questions that I have with that. The other question I kind of alluded to. Do they have TV actually ready? Like, we're all hyped up about this, or Double or Nothing. Oh, and the other question. I really hope that this isn't going to be the case. And I'm sure they're only doing this because it is the first official AEW show. I don't want there to be burnout, and StarCast is an every pay-per-view thing. Now, then the other part of it, I mean, we'll all find this out going forward. I'm just thinking of questions off the top of my head. Is AEW going to have a StarCast for every pay-per-view? If they do have pay-per-views, are they going to do the takeover formula and do 4 or 5 a year? Are they going to do the WWE formula? Well, hopefully not the WWE formula, because now there's like at 14, 15 pay-per-views a year, which is ridiculous. Are they going to do 12 pay-per-views a year? I think if they're smart, they don't do 4 pay-per-views, or they don't do 12 off the bat. Maybe eventually, once the company gets a little more steam and everything, do they go to 12 a year? Do they go to 6, like one every other month? So it'll be interesting to see where they go from here. But I don't want StarCast before every pay-per-view. Even if they did 4 a year, I think StarCast, like, it should be just a once-a-year thing. Because it's special. I feel it's special. And it shouldn't be like Access is becoming right now. I get it. You're going to a different city, and you're giving locals a chance to come see that, and I understand that part of it. That's why I'm sure they would have more than one per year. And if they have 4 pay-per-views a year, I wouldn't doubt that they do 4 StarCasts a year. But that shit costs money too. You got to pay these talents and everybody that's appearing to come. So, but I'd be interested to see what they go at from here. I mean, obviously we haven't even reached Double or Nothing yet, and we haven't reached anything else of that matter yet. So I'm just speculating at this point. I'm just questioning things just because, I mean, this is kind of what I'm here to do, is make you all think a little bit. So it'll be interesting to see what happens from here, folks. So I'm very interested to see what winds up happening. One more thing before I go. WrestleTalk.com posts Ronda Rousey helps open a suicide prevention center. And again, I like to normally read a lot of these articles when I go live with you all because, again, it gives my live reaction. I like to, give my response as I read it. I think it's better for the raw emotion standpoint. Raw Women's Champion Ronda Rousey. Oh, and the author, Andy Dotson. Women's Champion Ronda Rousey has played a role in helping open a brand new suicide prevention center in Los Angeles, reports TMZ. Below is a video of Rousey at the opening of the center. Ronda's grandfather and father both took their own lives. Ooh, that's not good. And it's also an issue she has dealt with herself in the past, which is another true fact. I think a lot of it was after her losses in UFC. I'm not sure. This new branch of the D.D. Hirsch Mental Health Services will officially open on Friday, February 22nd, so that's in 12 days, and will be located at 10277 Olympic Boulevard, adding individual and family therapy to the services the center already provides. It will also allow them to nearly double the number of people that are answered on their suicide crisis line. Rousey has worked with D.D. Hirsch Mental Health Services for several years and received their Erasing the Stigma Leadership Award back in 2014. She has admitted, meaning Ronda, that following her defeat to Holly Holm at UFC, she also battled with suicidal thoughts, which I was right. As you can see in the below video, it's another video, Ronda urged people to seek help, saying, quote, "My message that I would give is reach out, don't tough it out," end quote. So, very good on Ronda's part. And that, people shit on Ronda, the WWE fans, which I don't get, because she's actually making an effort to be good at what she does in WWE. And already, because she is a household name, it is helping out attention being brought to the women's division over on Raw and on SmackDown too, for that matter. And it's definitely going to be the big point, center of focus and whatnot come WrestleMania. So, but I didn't realize that Ronda's dad and grandfather had taken their own lives too, and she unfortunately had experienced those thoughts as well. And I will echo in her saying, if any of you out there are feeling that way, please go seek help. Please talk to somebody. People are there for you no matter what. And you're not alone. You have people who love you and that are here for you. And to see somebody like Ronda do something so great like this, it's encouraging that, we're working towards ending the stigma of mental health and suicide prevention and suicide awareness, mental health awareness. So it's definitely a soft spot for me, considering one of my best friends had taken his own life as well. I've done work with the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. I've donated money to the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, and no matter if it's AFSP or if it's any other suicide prevention or mental health company or organization, I support it. And the fact that Ronda, and I'm a big fan of Ronda's, and the fact that she's doing this for obviously a cause very near and dear to her, I definitely applaud her for it, and I hope that all works out. And I hope that wrestling fans who are fickle, as the new Daniel Bryan would say, I hope they have at least enough to acknowledge something like this, like enough sense, like it's a matter of just being a decent human being, and she's doing something good with her fame and with her money, and doing something good for the world and for people in general. So it's something really nice to see. And kudos to you, Rhonda, and good luck to that new center out in California. So awesome stuff. All right, folks, I'm going to wrap this up here today. Just wanted to get on for a little bit, talk to you. Thank you all for tuning in, who had tuned in. Again, every Thursday live, with the exception of this Thursday. I'll probably wind up doing it the Tuesday or the Wednesday before or Friday after. Probably Friday after. And we'll talk pro wrestling with you then. But generally every Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Weekends are to be determined. You can follow me on my socials. If you're watching on Twitch, you've seen them here on this entire time. At Open Mic Wrestling on Twitter, leave out the G, and at Open_Mic_Wrestling_Night on Twitch on Instagram. You're watching live at twitch.tv/Calypso426. If you're not listening or watching in the live window, you are listening on Filling the Void Podcast Network, filling_the_void. You're also listening to Open Mic Wrestling Night on iHeartRadio and Spotify. So wherever you're watching or listening, thank you so much for taking the time to listen to the show. More content's going to be coming out soon. Be on the lookout for YouTube channel news. Be on the lookout for other things, WrestleMania week. Again, everything on my socials here for the show. Thank you for tuning in. Have yourself a good rest of your evening. Have a good week. I will see you more than likely on Friday. And don't drink and drive. Don't be an idiot. And I always say this on Thursday, but I'll say it here tonight. Always go out and support your local independent wrestling. It's very important to do. Thank you all so much. Enjoy the rest of your night. Have a good week, and I will talk to you next week.